What's going on, guys? It's your boy RaiderKnight, and today we're gonna be talking about life. A lot of you have been watching this channel for many years. You guys have grown up alongside me. Some of you guys were younger who just got into the channel. Some of you guys are like 18, 20, just figuring things out. Some of you are old. Maybe you don't really watch the channel anymore. Maybe you're older than me. It's kind of hard to tell. But somewhere along the line, you're somewhere in life, and we're going to be talking about life, growing up, and just even if you're older, I guess you can watch the video because there's always things to learn. There's always things you can improve on. You can learn from younger people. I look to younger people to learn. You can look from older people, your elders, to learn. There's people all over you can learn from. Everywhere is an experience to learn. Take that experience. Take everything that is given to you for free. YouTube is a free platform. YouTube is a tool. You can learn from it. You can learn things. You can go on the internet. You can learn things. Obviously, there's like all these different AI pop-ups nowadays. Like you'll go on Google and you'll type something and there'll be like an AI description. So it's not as good as it used to be, but you can still use that tool. And sometimes maybe you can learn something. So a lot of people have been wondering when I retired, technically, but I wasn't. I mean, I'm not really retired, but you know what I mean. When I retired from YouTube, in a sense, a lot of people wondered what would I really be doing with this channel? How would things be changing? And a lot of the posts I've really been posting so far is just kind of whatever I feel like I've wanted to post. That's really what I wanted to do. And I kind of wanted to do something kind of like this video. Obviously, this video is a one-off video. I don't know if I'm gonna make a bunch of videos like this, but I really wanted to like do a video where I like kind of mentor from my perspective and kind of from my upbringing and kind of just say my thoughts on life, what I've learned in 24 years. It'll be 25 years in May of this year of life, and maybe somebody learns something from it. Maybe they don't. Maybe they cast me off as stupid. They could do whatever they want. This video is just for them to take as they wish, and hopefully they enjoy. But yeah, I've really, for a long time, I wanted to do something like this and just mentor for at least one video. I don't know about every video, but something like this, and really just put something out there positive that people can take, learn from it, or just take it at a surface value and really just use it however they want to. Because I know a lot of these people like, I made like tons of gameplay videos, and those videos have a purpose. They were there to help people who just wanted something to watch whenever they wanted to watch something, and maybe they like Age of History or Rukoi or whatever. They would have a video to watch, and eventually a lot of them grew up and they don't really watch the videos anymore. There's probably some people who still watch them, and they're probably mad that I don't make videos on that as much as I used to, but I do get kind of bored of things too. You need change. I think change is a very important thing. I think you got to mix it up sometimes. You can't just do the same thing for like 10 years straight. I mean, you can, but it does get kind of boring after a while. So, well, we're starting off with life. I think the biggest rule with life is nobody owes you nothing. Everything is gained with hard work. I think hard work is the key to all success and goals. Obviously, there's luck involved. You can't deny luck is definitely involved. And luck can be bad, good, medium. It could be a good day, a bad day. Maybe every day is a bad day. Maybe you're like, I'm depressed. My life sucks. Every day sucks. RaiderKnight, how can you help me? How can my life get better? And I'm going to tell you right now, no one cares. No one cares. I mean, that's to be honest, but no. People do care, but at the same time, you know, no one cares at the same time. And that's going to really shock some people, but it is something sad. I mean, you are kind of alone to fight with your demons. That's life, you know. It kind of sucks. Obviously, I am here though for this video, so that could cheer you up or make you less happy. I don't know. Maybe maybe I don't make people happy. I don't know. But you know, no one owes you nothing. Now it's just sounded like I'm attacking these people. Nah, bro. You're cool. Whoever's watching this, you're awesome. But nobody owes you nothing. I mean, I'm joking. But no, when I say no one owes you nothing, I mean It's just this world we live in is like everybody has their own problems. Everybody's dealing with this bad stuff, and obviously some people's problems are less than other people, and you can make the argument it's good to help people, and I agree it is. I think you should be using most of your time to help people if you can. I think obviously there's some people who can't help people. Maybe it's like money that they need help with, and you can't really help them with that, but you can help them with little things. You don't have to like seek it out. Maybe you don't have to be perfect at helping people, but even like the smallest things like you can do, like opening a door or something like that. It doesn't have to be like the biggest things, but just do these small little tasks to better society, better yourself. It'll make you feel better helping people. Maybe it doesn't always. Maybe they're like bad people and they don't appreciate it, but they don't. I mean, you're not really owed appreciation at the same time. You do the thing just to do it. I think that's really what's important. But in terms of no one cares, I mean, that's a very true statement. You could do something incredible and nobody would really care. I mean, even looking at like famous people, think about the famous people you watch or you like or anything like that. Think about like the content they throw out there or anything like that. It usually goes out there, maybe it's popular for about a week and then it disappears and then no one cares about it no more. People have their own lives, life goes on, and it's hard for people to be involved in everybody's life 24/7. So if you feel like no one cares about you, they do care in a sense, but it's just, I mean, they can't be in a million places at once. So you really got to think about that and come to that conclusion. But I think for the most part, people do care. I think a lot of people care, even if they don't always say they do. I think a lot of people do. But that leads me to my next topic, is overcoming difficulties. If you're watching this video, maybe you have something that's very difficult in your life that you just cannot overcome. Maybe you'll deal with it forever. Maybe it's something you cannot get rid of. Maybe it is like social anxiety. Maybe it's depression. Maybe it's addiction. Maybe you're trying to overcome some form of addiction. Maybe you are stuck in a place from being heartbroken, or maybe you are just stuck in something that feels like you're trapped, you can't get out. Maybe it's money, maybe you can't get enough money, whatever it is. And overcoming difficulties is one of the things that really make you who you are. And that'll kind of sound like yeah, I kind of get that, but how do I fix the problem? And sometimes you can't fix the problem. That is life. This video is not going to be like a happy video. I mean, it should be happy because that's life, but I do think overcoming difficulties is something that makes you who you are. I think that's something we all have to deal with, we all have to learn from, and whatever your difficulty is, I think you just got to keep fighting at it until you manage it or you beat it. I think that's really what's important. Even if it seems impossible, I feel like you got to really try for it. And even if you've lost 100 times, you got to keep trying for it. You might even lose again. You might be hearing this motivational video and you might say, okay, RaiderKnight, I'm going to change my life. And then you fail again. And then you fail again. And then after that, you fail again. And you're still like, damn, RaiderKnight, how am I going to make my life better? And, you know, it's just something, you just got to keep fighting at it every day. It could be money, it could be whatever, but you just got to keep fighting at it. And eventually, maybe not, maybe you never beat it, but maybe, you know, at least deep down, you could say, at least I tried to beat it. You know, that's something I think is way more valuable than anything else. At least you tried to beat it. So would you rather be the guy who just failed, didn't care, doesn't even try, or would you rather at least try to beat it? I think that's really the most important thing. So definitely, if you have any difficulty, just definitely try to beat it, try to overcome it, try to manage it. Obviously, some things aren't perfect, some things are out of our control, but you just got to keep on fighting at it. Another thing I think you guys should focus on is just being authentic, finding yourself, and being open to new things. I think this world is like so short, right? There's a lot of these people, and we talked about it in another video. Maybe I've uploaded it, maybe I haven't yet, I don't know. But a lot of these people on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, dating apps, whatever, they're just really fake. They're really pretentious. They're really fake. They're not themselves. And that's sad. That's something we've kind of lost with society over the past few years. And it's really made things depressing. Uh, I think a very important thing, life is too short to fake your life. I hate the quote, and I'll say this. There's this quote out there that's called "fake it till you make it." I hate that quote. I think that's a horrible quote. I think nobody should ever say that quote because maybe you could use that quote. Like, obviously, you fake being rich till you make it or whatever. But, I mean, I think the quote is horrible. I really do. I feel like it's not real. I think you have to be where you at. You have to be yourself. You have to be authentic to what you are at the moment. Maybe you're poor. You got to own being poor. You don't have to say, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to fake being rich. Obviously, maybe that helps your mental health or whatever, but you can feel rich in your heart. You can do that. But if you are poor, you have to own being poor. You have to understand, I am poor, but one day things will get better. I think that's what you need to do. And hope can be dangerous as well. I don't think hope is a perfect thing. I feel like a lot of people use motivation and it destroys them. I think motivation is evil. So this video could destroy you. I don't know. But motivation can really destroy you. If you are somebody who is like a hopeful person, you really like motivation, and then something terrible happens to you, you could be crushed. Like, that could fuck you up for years. And but I think you got to be authentic. You got to be yourself. You got to find yourself. Whatever your passions are, you got to chase your passions. Life is too short to sit back idly and not be yourself. If I never made a YouTube video because my equipment sucked or because I was scared to make one, like, imagine if I never did that. Like, imagine if I never met the people I met. Imagine if I never made the friends I met. Imagine if I never played the games I played and got into these communities and really built myself. Where would I be at? Maybe I'd be rich. Maybe I wouldn't be. Maybe things would be good. Maybe things would be better. I don't know. But maybe things would be worse too. And I think you got to be yourself. You got to find yourself, whatever you like in life. And really just hit hard at those things. Even if you're not at a spot where you think it's cool, or maybe you think you'll get made fun of, I think you still got to try it. And I think you still got to just be yourself. And fuck everybody else. Fuck them. They're not really that important, to be honest. Obviously, it's good to have friends. It's good to have all that. But fuck them, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to be yourself. What is more important? People who don't fuck with you or people who fuck with you? That's really what matters. But definitely, you got to trust the plan, trust God's plan, assuming if you believe in God, trust his plan, because there is a plan in place. Even if you don't believe in the plan, I assure you there is a plan in place for you. Even if you don't believe in like any of this stuff, there's still got to be a plan somewhere. And I think the plan is something you just got to trust. And that leads me to my next topic, which is taking life as a test. This was a quote from Blade. Obviously, all my quotes are from Blade when it comes to like the music. I think the music really helped me. Blade's music really speaks to me because like it's something I learned a lot from, and a lot of the stuff was already how I was feeling in life, especially with The Fool, which is what I got that quote off of. But you got to take your life as a test. I feel like these challenges that come up, they'll hit you randomly. Even if you don't want them to hit you, they'll hit you. And you just got to take it as a test. Even if you're not perfect at something, maybe you fail to do something, you got to keep at it. And life is not fun. Life is a test. And if you believe in God, the Spirit, life is a test in that way as well. Every day you wake up and you just try to be your best self, even if you're not your best self. Because everybody is a sinner at the end of the day. Nobody is perfect. Even me, even people who think they're perfect, nobody's perfect. Even these people who appear as perfect can be, even they're not perfect, which is, something you can find solace in at the very least, is that nobody's perfect. Everybody's got their struggles. Everybody's got these things that are killing them or that's fucking them up. And you just got to take it as a test. It's kind of like what I said earlier. It's like, would you rather fail and not try, or would you keep on trying even when it seems hopeless? Who do you want to be at the end of the day? What do you want to be remembered for? Do you want to be the guy who failed? Do you want to be the girl who failed? What do you want to be? And it's okay to fail too. Failure is good. Failure is a part of life. Maybe you'll never succeed in life, which is a sad thought to say, and maybe I shouldn't say that, but you know what? Maybe you will never be successful, but at least in your heart you can know you tried at something, even if you failed, even if your whole life you failed. Maybe you're 80 years old after failing for the next 60 years. Maybe you failed for 60 more years, and then maybe after all of that you just die. I mean, maybe that's your life. I don't know, which is sad to think about, but think about it this way. At least you fucking tried. So that's really what matters, right? But that kind of takes me into the next topic, which is just nothing matters at all. And that's kind of like a cynical topic. A lot of people think, wow, that's like a depressing thing to think about. Nothing matters at all. But I think nothing matters is really something you take solace in at the same time. I think really think about how many people are remembered after they die or pass away. I think maybe 1%, maybe less than that. Probably like 0.0001% of people are actually remembered by other, like, by the globe, essentially. I mean, maybe you're remembered by your family or whatever, but like realistically, how many people are going to remember your hobbies, your talents, anything about you 100 years after you pass away? Probably not a lot of people. And that goes for famous people too. You think these famous people, like, I don't know. There's presidents who have become the president of the United States who maybe, yeah, you can Google stuff about them, but are they remembered on a day-to-day basis by everybody? Not really. Maybe a few people. And it's like just these weird facts on the internet. Maybe they didn't even really want people to care about those facts. Maybe that was not important to them. And that's kind of the sad part about it, is that just nothing matters at all, because people are going to look at you and they're going to think whatever they want about you forever, regardless of what you said, what you did, or whatever. People are just going to have a thought about you and they're going to say it forever. Maybe there's like things, like maybe you have a hobby, right? And maybe you like that hobby, but maybe it's not as important to you as other people think it is. And maybe when you're like gone or whatever, people hype it up and say, oh yeah, it was like his main thing or whatever. But it could be something, maybe you didn't really care about it a lot. Maybe you didn't really think it was worth hyping up that much, but it's just one of them things. I feel like nothing really matters at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, all you really have is yourself. You know who you are, and that's what's important, is trusting the plan, knowing who you are, realizing maybe you'll be forgotten forever. That's fine. That's part of life. Everybody is. That's okay. That's part of life. This video is getting depressing now. I feel like people are going to watch this video and they're going to be like, dang, RaiderKnight, this is like a doomer video. This is like dark and gloomy. But I feel like it's positive too. I take a lot of this stuff as positivity. I think a lot of this negative stuff, I feel like, is positive. I feel like, do you really want to be remembered? Do you really want people to, like, in 100 years to Google your name and like be annoying? I mean, do you really want that at the end of the day? I don't know. Maybe there's kind of a cool thing about just being gone. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's not that bad. You know, I mean, if millions of other people who have lived have had that happen, I mean, maybe it's not that bad. So it's just something to think about. And another thing to think about, I'm going to go into my next topic here, which is turning the other cheek. A lot of people, they really struggle to just let things be in the world. A lot of people, they'll see like stuff on social media and they'll like feel a certain way about it. And it's okay to feel a certain way about it too. But you also have to pull yourself back a little bit, and you have to say, is this something that, how should I say it? Is this something that pulls me back so far to where I hate others? And I think that's an important topic, especially nowadays. I feel like the world is so divided, and just damaged. I feel like there's so many people saying hate. They hate this, they hate that, they love this, they hate that, or whatever. Everybody's full of hate nowadays. I feel like hate is the worst thing for society. Hate is evil. Hate is not something you want. You want to, I guess you don't have to love everything necessarily. I mean, some things, you probably don't, there's probably things you don't like. I mean, that's life, but definitely, be willing to forgive people, be willing to, see people for how they are, put yourself in their shoes, turning the other cheek. I think that's a very important life skill to learn. And I've kind of rambled on for a while now. This video's not really the best scripted out. I just kind of been putting like bullet notes on a piece of paper and then just talking. But the last topic I got is be free and don't worry. And what I mean by that is I think you should just be free in your life. You should be free to say what you want to say, be authentic, find yourself, do whatever you want to do, even if you don't have the best equipment, even if you don't have the best tools. Maybe you're not that smart in a thing that you like. Maybe you feel like you're a failure. Maybe you'll never be anything. Maybe this video is making you sad just listening to that, but I don't know. Hopefully you're finding positivity somewhere in all of this, but just don't worry at the same time. And that sounds easier than it should be, but I don't think you should worry about things that are outside of your control. I feel like you got to take it as a test. You got to learn from your mistakes. Maybe you're a terrible person, you can fix that. Maybe you're a good, perfect person, but you still got more you can learn on top of that. Maybe you feel like you peaked somewhere along the way, but maybe there's still something in your life that you can look towards, and maybe you can like have multiple peaks. Maybe it doesn't have to be one. Maybe you don't have to peak. Maybe you can just exist. Maybe you don't have to worry about nothing. Maybe if everything is for nothing, maybe if nothing matters, maybe after all of that, maybe you'll realize it doesn't matter. Nothing matters at all. And you just got to trust the plan. So that's where I'm going to leave it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you all for the next one. Peace.